morning. My name is Guy. I'm going to be with you for the next couple of hours till 9 a.m. Eastern time. We got lots of great stuff in our Now That's Clever show. We've handpicked a whole bunch of really cool items. There's one that I have to tell you about right now because I own it. My producer Pat also owns these. This is, what a great way to be able to light up your property. It's called Mr. Beams. This is our set of motion active, our motion censored outdoor spotlights. Anybody out there that wants outdoor spotlights, we all do, right? But we don't want to deal with the expense or the hassle of having to install them. This is so easy. Totally wireless. They work on D batteries. You can put them up in a tree. You can put them in any part of your property, over your garage. You can put them down in your basement. You can put them up in the attic. They will sense motion. And here's the best part about them. They're actually networked together. So when one goes off, all three go off. So if somebody walks around your backyard, side yard will light up, the front yard will light up, everything lights up, stays on for about 20 seconds till the motion goes away. And we're giving you today the extra free sensor. So you can put the sensor anywhere. It doesn't have a light, but if you want to put it somewhere where the other lights will go on and be triggered, it's ideal. So look at how beautiful they are. And the brightest light you've ever seen. I owned the 2-pack. This is the 3-pack today. And guess what? Clearance price. $54.99. So if you want to protect your property, it's always a good idea to do that. That is the way to do it. 686-328 is the item number. That's coming up a little bit later. But we're going to start you with the top-selling book of all time here at HSN. It's called Who Knew? 10,001 Household Solutions. This is the 15th anniversary book. We have had this book here for years and years and years. Longest-running book that we've had here at HSN. It's fun, it's informative, and it is loaded with tips and tricks and problem solvers and remedies. Household tips with things you probably got laying around the house anyway. Thousands of ideas, ways to save money, shortcuts to be able to do things as well. It is so much cool information. Plus, as I said, most of the solutions utilize things that you have in your house right now. Almost 400 pages. And here's the best part. Today, it is the lowest price we've ever carried it for at $18.95. It was $29.95. I think this is the final printing of this book, so this is your chance to get it. Put it away. Great holiday gift for anybody, but it is the best bathroom reading of all time. Lowest price ever, and guess what else? Free shipping and handling. It is so much fun. Let me introduce you to the gentleman that brings us this wonderful book. He's my buddy. His name is Bruce Lubin. He's standing by on Skype. Hey, Bruce.
Guy, how are you, man? You're looking good for an old guy.
Yeah, not bad, right? Not bad for 75 years old. Hey, let me tell you, you know I own your book, and I bought your book years ago, and I will tell you, I've still not gone through the entire book. There is so much information, and Bruce, for less than a $20 bill, I know you and your lovely wife have been dedicating a long time to coming up with a lot of these great quick fixes. So tell me, let's talk about the book a little bit. So 15th anniversary.
15th anniversary, and you're absolutely right. This is the end. We cannot go back to press when we're done with this book. Lowest price ever, free shipping and handling. If you want to know why this is a customer pick, why over 5 million people have bought it, today is the day, because when we're done, Guy, we are done. And now more than ever, you need these tips, because what are we trying to do? Stay out of the stores, not spend a lot of money. When we do shop in bulk maybe. We're going to show you how to extend the life of your foods, how to not buy the cleaners that you're buying, how to save money every day. What I'm doing here, this is an old chef's tip. Okay, we know a chef, Jeannie and I, who said his glasses would get foggy when he opened his oven. If you put a little baby shampoo on it and just sort of rub them like this, the steam, you don't feel the steam anymore. You know where else that works, Guy? If you're wearing a mask. Oh, yeah. So if you're out there in a mask and you're wearing glasses, this is what you do to keep it from fogging up. Another tip today, you know, the FDA has recalled hundreds of kinds of hand sanitizer because they don't have enough rubbing alcohol. All you really need is rubbing alcohol, 70% or up to 91%, but at least 70. Spray it on, that's it. So talk about tips you can use right now today when you start the day. But really, hold on. This is why these books are so popular. Everything you see here, Guy, is something you've spent. This is probably $300 worth of cleaners, beauty supplies. You don't need it. So this plumbing solution, you want to open this book before you call the plumber or the exterminator or the handyman or the painter or even the auto mechanic. Here is a sugar scrub that Jeannie figured out how to make with 2 ingredients. This is about $15. It costs pennies to make. What else do we have in here? Oh, here's a furniture polish. So let me show you this. If you've got salt, lemon, vinegar and olive oil. You can do just about anything. So I'm going to make a little solution here. 2 parts olive oil. Check this out. A little bit of vinegar. And this is going to be furniture polish. So if you look here, can you see how this is completely, this will stay for weeks and weeks like this. Yeah. So think about if you're out of polish, if you think you want to run out to the store, you don't need it. You don't want to spend the money. You don't want to go to the store. That's what that's the 10,000 tips. That's one of the tips. And again, 3S&H, lowest price ever. And when it's gone, it's gone. I'm sorry, you go.
No, I was going to say, I love it. I mean, I find it the most fascinating reading of all time. I mean, I go in there and I'm like, what can I learn today? And it's amazing because almost all the stuff that you need to make any of these fix-its or remedies is in your house. And, you know, exactly right. You'd be amazed at what you can use toothpaste for. You'd be amazed at what you can use vinegar for. You'd be amazed at what, even fruits and vegetables that you have laying around the house, what you can do with those things to clean up and to get things fixed. You just taught me one brand new today, which is the baby shampoo and the glasses, because my glasses always fog up because I come from an air-conditioned car. I go outside, immediately they're fogged up, and I got to be wiping them and all that stuff, and I can't see where I'm going. So today is free shipping and handling, lowest price ever on this book. I can't emphasize that enough. This may be your last opportunity to get it. As we said, Bruce told me, you know, this is not going back into print after this. Get it for a great holiday gift. This is a perfect gift, Bruce, for the person that you don't know what to buy for, because everybody needs it, right?
Everybody needs it, and everybody wants to save money. No one really wants to be ripped off, right? So this is your go-to. If you've got bugs, if you've got snakes in the yard, if you've got odors, you know, think of all the things you could buy. You don't have to buy them. You have to check the tips in the book, and they're little paragraphs, right? So it's not, you can, and there's an index. You can open at any page and learn something. You can go to the back and say, you know, how do I prevent tears when I'm cutting onions? And we'll show you, use bread. How do you want to clear up your hazy headlights? Use toothpaste. Also, toothpaste is great as a silver polish. I've got my little trusty martini shaker here, which has gotten quite the workout over this quarantine. What I just did with a little toothpaste is removed all of this tarnish. And when you talk about savings, it's things like this guy. Now, I don't know if you can see this lemon versus this lemon, the difference in size, and this one's getting sort of hard and wrinkled. If you store lemons in water in the refrigerator, they will stay for weeks, rather than if you put them on the counter. That's the sort of tips that we're talking about. If you put your razor blades in oil, they'll stay for months. People think they're getting dull, the razor blades, they're rusting. So the simple tips like that, and you will save so much money.
Hey, Bruce, I'm cleaning. You guys, you gave me this old teapot. Look at this.
Yeah.
That's with toothpaste. Look at that is with look at the tarnish that comes off there. If you've got old, if you've got like tools like this, you can use. Look at this. This is distilled vinegar to help remove the rust off your old rusty tools. Here's what Bruce was talking about before with your razor, and I do this at home. It's fantastic. Put a little olive oil in there, and it keeps the blades from getting nasty and rusty. If you want to use items like household salt, you can use that. You've got look at your paintbrush to store your paintbrushes. Just leave it in there. It keeps it nice and clean. Keeps it nice and dry. That's a great feature. We've got ways for you to deodorize. Let me just read the back of the book really quick. I love this part. Clean your toilet while you sleep. Eliminate grass stains with toothpaste. I love toothpaste. Use garlic to get rid of bugs. Fight aging with chocolate. Clear a stuffy nose in 20 seconds. An ice cream trick. All right, I'm into that, to relieve stress and anxiety. Finding the cheapest coffee house in town. Thousands and thousands and thousands of tips. And when you open the book, it is chock full. I love how it's set up. It's so great because you got all these great different categories inside. You're going to be, look at that, how to take care of your nails, all these healing remedies. There's a whole chapter on that. So here's the bottom line. You're going to miss out if you don't buy this today at the lowest price ever and with free shipping and handling. It's only $18.95. You can break up the payments. It's on 4 Flex, too. It's only $4 and change to get it home. Wow. It's less than $20 pretty much out the door. A little bit of tax you'll pay on this. Get it home. It is a fun book. I know everybody is spending a lot of time at home right now. You're probably doing a lot of reading and watching TV. You might as well have something that you can read that will actually help you out. And Bruce, this book will do the trick. What else you have there, buddy?
All right, so Guy, you're going to want to take notes on this one. So if you spill wine, not that you spill wine, Guy, like this, on any shirt that's color fast, you want to use peroxide and detergent. And look at this. Look at this. Can you see how the stain has been lifted out? And that's red wine. So think about the clothes you've had to throw out or the clothes you've had to bring to the dry cleaner that you won't have to anymore with that simple tip. This is a great tip. If you've ever had a phone wire that breaks like this, and we all have these, go to the hardware store, buy something called heat shrink, which is about 10 cents. You put it on, you blow dry it, and it stays firm. It fixes the cord. So these are what, 20 bucks to buy? That's the sort of tip that's in this book. Everything here is in your fridge. We're going to show you how to extend the life of all of it, why you keep paprika and cayenne pepper in the refrigerator. If you've got cats and dogs, never ever buy a flea collar. There's simple ways to keep them flea-free without all the chemicals. In your freezer, keep your batteries. If your vegetables are hard like this, it means they've been opened before. Make sure when you shop, they're not like a big rock. Flour, dark sugar, all go in the freezer. We'll explain why. Back here, everything you see here will get rid of roaches and mice and snakes and flying insects. All the bugs you have around your house. It's so simple. If you've got basil, you're getting rid of crawling bugs in your drawers. These are the tips that are throughout this book. And at free SNH, lowest price ever. This is the day to do it, guy.
Yeah, it really is. At $18.95. And by the way, if you get a brand new HSN credit card, we'll put $10 in your account. You can get this home for $8.95. So that's a great feature as well. Hundreds of you in the ordering process. Last opportunity to be able to get it. And if you want to get it with free shipping and at a great discount, it's $11 off today. Top selling book of all time. Millions and millions of copies have been sold here at the network. And people just love it. It's always been a customer pick because there's so much use. Even if you got to 8 or 9 things that you use that are going to save you the money, it's going to pay for the price of the book, all right? Even more so, because when you think about how expensive furniture polish and cleaners, they're very, very expensive products. You can do a lot of this stuff yourself. Read the reviews if you would like to. It is 681908. I love this item. Encourage you to get it. Great reading when you got nothing else to do and you want to learn a little bit. It's fun. And you're always the smartest person at the table because you can say, did you know that you can use this for, oh my God, it's brilliant. And so are you, my friend. Thank you so much, Bruce. Appreciate you Skyping in.
Always a pleasure, guy.
Take care, buddy. All right, we'll see you in a little while. All right, hey, really quickly coming up, there are 2 ways that I handle all the pest problems that I have in my home. One of them is I use No More Bugs, which is the naturally green cedar-based product. I spray that around all the thresholds. The other way is with my Bell and Howell. Twice as many people ordered than we planned on yesterday, but I still have some remaining. This is a 6-pack, all right? You get 2 of the regular pest repellers. You get 2 with night lights and 2 with night lights in the plug. All you do is plug them in. Ants, roaches, right? Mice, rodents, rats, spiders, all gone. It's not about killing them. It's about creating a negative environment inside your house. You don't notice it. Your pets don't notice it. The bugs do. They run in the other direction. They will clear out of your house within a couple of days, and you'll never have to deal with it again. They work round the clock, which I love, 24/7. When you're on vacation, lights on, lights off, they work around the clock. Grab these now before they sell out. 724-476. We'll be talking about how you can protect your home with those in just a little bit. Love these items. In fact, I just ordered 2 more. That's how much I love them. All right, so let's get into, speaking of protecting you and your family, I want to talk about the door and window security bar. I've owned 2 of these. I own one now, but I owned one when I was living out in Arizona as well, because it was in we're in a place where they were constantly building. There were tons of people out on the road, and I was just a little bit worried, especially when you go to bed at night, that if somebody gets over there and rattles your door, that you won't hear it, or maybe they'll be able to get in. This is a door and window security bar. What you do is you prop this under the handle of the window or the latch on the door, right? It'll work on sliders too, and then just firmly put it on the ground. It adjusts to the angle. This one has a built-in alarm. If it's moved or shaken, the alarm will go off. But it also prevents people from trying to slide a credit card in or a wrench inside there or a screwdriver to try to pop the door. They cannot get in from the other side. On sale today at $22.95. I have it in bronze. bronze, I have it in silver, I have it in white. You can take it with you. Here's what I recommend too. If you've got kids that are living in dorms, really, really good idea for your kids. If you live in an apartment complex and there are people walking by your door all the time, right? Put this on the inside. You don't see it from the outside, but when somebody tries to rattle or shake that door or push it open, they'll never get in. It's a customer pick on hsn.com. I'd love you to read the reviews. 692944 is the item number, and this is how it works. You simply grab it, you put the little collar underneath the door handle, adjust the size because it's got mega multi-adjustments down below, little click and it'll lengthen, right? And then put it up there. If somebody hits the door, the alarm goes off. That's how quickly, make sure I can turn it off. That's how quickly you just turn it on and off to reset it. That's all. I just hit it again. Got to make sure I don't touch the door. Whoop. All right. Let me introduce you to Craig Rapahana. He's standing by. Hey, Craig, I know, first of all, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. You look fantastic. Let me tell you this.
Hey.
Let me tell you this, but I know how much you love your family, right? Your wife and your children.
Yep.
This is an extra step to take care of not only you, but everybody in the house.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You know, with having a newborn and going back and forth and working throughout and traveling and stuff, you're absolutely right. But yeah, like you said, you know, we had the model earlier on that didn't have the alarm, and that just sold so well because everyone saw the value of that extra security. Because like Guy was doing, you just touch the handle, and that door will automatically turn into an alarm system. So there's no wires, there's no cables. You don't have to worry about trying to where's the instructions? Like, I'm a guy, I'm in the trades, mate. I don't read instructions. So this is perfect. It's sensational because you open up the box, you pull it out, you put it up against the door, and you turn it on. And you have the option. You can have the alarm on, you can have the alarm off. But once you touch that handle, that alarm goes off. Now, you'll see this, like, I've got a lever here, okay? But, you know, sometimes you've got a knob. Well, the beautiful thing about it is designed with a York, and I want to show you so you can see it right there. See, it's a bit of a U-shaped York. We call it a York. That's designed so it's going to go underneath the handle. It's going to go underneath the lock or whatever style. You know, if you've got a beautiful fancy one or whether it's just a normal style, it sits under here and it sits against the solid part of the door. That's where the 2x4 system that's in the door, and then it goes against the floor. And of course, you'll notice it's got a whole bunch of holes here, okay? These holes are so you can push this little tab and you can adjust it to whatever height you want, and then you don't have to worry about any marring or scratching or denting or anything because you have I mean, this is unbelievable. This is a molded, it's really firm, but it's soft, but it's molded and it rotates so there's no marring. And that's all you do. You get it out of the box, you put it up to where you want to secure that door, you turn it on, and that's it. It goes off.
You know what? It couldn't be easier, and I think that's one of the reasons so many people buy these. I'll tell you a story. The first time I ever saw one of these, an ex-girl, a friend of mine that lives up in Tennessee, she had taken over her grandmother's house, and the problem was they had it, up there they had a finished basement, and there were doors that were literally probably 300 feet from where she would sleep at night, and she was really nervous about the basement and garage door entry. Because she had said, I would never hear if somebody came in down there. So she would put one down in the basement and lock it in when she came in, because she'd come in through her car in the garage, put it in the garage door, then she would go upstairs, and she never worried about the downstairs. That's really why a lot of people do it. Kids that are in dorms, you always hear these terrible stories, right? And you want to make sure your kids are safe. Burglars, let me put it this way. A burglar or anybody that's breaking into your home, as soon as they hear a noise, an alarm, they're taking off. They're not gonna hang around. But if they don't hear anything and they're working the door, they're gonna continue going on until somebody stops them. So this is a way to stop them dead in their tracks. They'll hear the alarm from the other side of the door and they'll run the heck out of there. $22 is a really good price for peace of mind. And if you have one of those areas of your home, be it a regular door, these even work on sliding doors, I believe too, Craig, right? So you can position them on sliders too. This is a way to protect you and your family.
Yeah, I'm going to show you quickly. So you've got this connection on the top here, right, where we had that York. You've got this little pin, and you just pull this pin out, you take this out, and now you can turn it this way, and you can fully adjust it. So if you want to put into those sliders, you can, whether they're small, they're wide, they're large. And it works all the way from a 2 foot all the way up to a 5 foot, 6 foot, which, you know me, I'm in the trades. It covers every type of slider that's in the home. So really, you're getting a 2-in-1 if you think about it. But, going back to the 3 color choices, the reason we did 3 colors was because you can be like my dad, who he likes the darker color, where he's like, I want the bad guys to see that. I want them to see I'm secure, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas I want to be a little bit more cleaner and tidier, where like I want it white, where I want it to blend into my my sliders, you know, or my door. But you can see quite here, all you got to do is, now you can have the alarm off. Now it's 350 pounds. I think, Guy, you know this as well. So no one's going to come through this door. 350 pounds, okay? When you've got the force pressure against the door, you've got the force pressure against the floor. That's like taking 2 of those big football players, or big, as we call, big rugby players back home, and shoving them in the back of this door. No one's coming through.
No.
But what's unique about this is you've got that rubber molded foot. So whether you've got carpet, whether you're traveling, whether you've got tile, whether you've got it like here in the laundry or the basement or cement or anything, it's still doing the same thing because it's putting pressure down. So even this, you know, outer part of the house that I can't be able to show you right now, but they, you know, I've got that really slippery wooden floor where the dogs just slide along, right? Well, same thing. This door does not move because it has that rubber molded foot. And remember, you know, it's I love it as the perfect gift because I don't have to send instructions. I don't have to get a phone call from someone. And it's added security, like you said, dorms, traveling. I take it when I travel as well, because you just, half those hotels, you know, that I've experienced, some of the doors locks ain't the safest, and I'm in a new part of town. It's just the added security for not only me, my wife, but also for my grandparents, you know, and parents that are traveling and all that as well. It's just that added security that you would love.
And if you've got senior parents, you know, my mom is in her 80s, so I worry about her. I worry about her answering the door no matter what. But having that extra measure is a way to be able to sleep better at night. If you've got kids away at school and you're worried about your sons and daughters being protected, you know, a lot of times, like Danny, my son, moved into a townhome. I mean, you know, they were built 30, 40 years ago. The security is not that great. I don't even think they have an alarm system in there. It's a great way to be able to protect your home while you're there. And that's a really, really big deal. And as Craig said before, you know, when you think about most burglars, you know, they're hit and run. They want to get in and out of there as quickly as they can. They find one way that's going to stop them. They're going to move on to another place. Now, surely you don't want to keep moving them around, but you know what? Other people can buy these too, so everybody in your neighborhood can be protected. Never easier. There's no instruction manual needed. You literally open it up, stretch it out, stick it under the door, and put it on the floor. It'll work on carpeting. It works on regular hardwood floors, tile floors, linoleum, doesn't matter. You know, we're talking simple design, right? When you put pressure on an angle in that direction, it actually becomes stronger because it's wedging itself tighter to the door. So you're never going to have to worry about that. If you want to get one of these, only $22 and some change. You can get $10 off with a brand new HSN credit card today. $7.65 on FlexPay. 692-944. Craig Rappahanna, thank you, my bro. It's good to see you.
Hey, man. Awesome. And remember, you get into 2-in-1, so you can use it on any type of door and any type of slider. So
slider's a big deal because, most people stick a piece of wood in there. This is made to work, so you don't have, you can adjust it easily. Thank you, buddy. Take care.
You don't want to use the fork and try and get it out. You know, that's the thing. This is designed perfectly for that.
Perfect. Thanks, Craig. All right, bud. We'll see you later. Hey, coming up in a little bit, if you're looking for the ultimate convenient mop, it's called the Handy Mop for a reason. This thing is awesome. When it stores, it stands straight. Just hang it up anywhere you want. You push down, open up the mop head. It goes perpendicular 90 degrees. It'll work on wet and dry. It sweeps and mops all at the same time. It's only $32.95. Wait till you see this guy in action. It's awesome. I've got it in a bunch of different colors if that matters to you. But you're going to be able to get every crack and crevice because it adjusts at any angle. Rinse it off. You're good to go. No mop bucket required. That's coming up a little bit later. So keep on the lookout for that. All right. We're going to get busy. We're going to get busy with Bell and Hal. So let me, I had this in my fall show yesterday, and more than double the people that we expected to pick it up picked it up. So I'm very limited on it, but I wanted to bring it back because I think it's so important. So I, like most other people out there, for years and years and years, had pest control. I'd paid about $400 a year, 30, 40 bucks a month to have somebody spray my house. And they said, if you have a problem, we'll come back out. So they weren't even coming out on a regular basis. They sprayed once and said, when you have a pest problem, call us. And it would usually take 2 days for them to come back out out and I'd live with bugs. I thought that was ridiculous, and it didn't really work. I was still seeing bugs. Then I tried the Bell & Howell pest repellers. I use 2 forms of pest control, and I do it all myself, and I save a fortune. I have Bell & Howell pest repellers, and I have No More Bugs, the cedar spray that we also offer here at HSN. I have not seen bugs in 2 years, and I have saved over almost $1,000 on pest control. Try this, all right? All you do is plug it into any outlet in your wall. What it does is create an ultrasonic barrier. The bugs don't want to come in your house, and the bugs that are in your house, they can't wait to get out, and they run for the windows and doors to try to get out, which is why I tell everybody, and I read the reviews, well, I plugged it in, and a day later I saw bugs. Yeah, because they're trying to get out of your house. It's a good thing, right? Rather than seeing half-dead bugs or the classic cockroach on its back doing that, right? That's awful. You see that in the middle of your carpet, you're like, oh my gosh. Here's the issue with bugs. They're very smart. Been around for millions and millions of years. I'm talking ants, spiders, cockroaches, mice, rats, probably mice and rats eating rice. Mice and rats, they're looking for a place to hang out, so they come inside your home, especially now, right? We're gonna start closing the windows and doors, putting the heat on. Those insects don't wanna be out in the cold either. They're gonna come in your house unless you create an unfriendly environment. And that's what you're doing with the pest repellers, all right? You can't hear it, your dogs and cats can't hear it. The insects cannot stand it. It's like a blowhorn, right? Right in their little ears if they had them. So here's what we're gonna give you today. We're gonna give you 6. 2 of them have these separate plugs so you don't lose the outlet. So you might wanna put those in your main larger rooms. For your bedrooms, we've got 2 that don't have night lights. Those are perfect. They just have little red lights. Every time you see the light blink, that's sending out an ultrasonic ray. And then you get 2 that have the night lights and also the little red lights. So 6 altogether. The size doesn't indicate strength. We just change the sizes for room decor. You get 6 of these total. All you do is plug it in and wait a day or 2. And I am telling you, you will be convinced. I just got these for another friend of mine. Buddy of mine called me and he had a bug problem. I said, hey, listen, your birthday's coming up, I'll hook you up. I sent these out to him. He loves them, all right? 724-476, very limited. Lou Caputo, standing by on Skype. And Lou, you know how much, I mean, listen, for me to ask for these in 2 days in a row, I just think everybody out there should at least try them. They're an amazing product, and say goodbye to pesticides, poisons, chemicals, all that stuff. I mean, what are you gonna put chemicals in where you keep your food? Of course not, and that's where the bugs wanna go. Welcome, Lou.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to be here today. Well, you know, I agree with you. I really feel like this is something everybody out there should give a try. And I understand people are skeptical, but if you listen to the science behind these, it really makes sense because they use sound waves, but they're ultrasonic sound waves. So it's actually just sound that we can't hear. And there's lots of sound out in the world that we can't hear. And these just happen to put out that same sound, that ultrasonic sound wave. But the big deal is that the rats and the mice and the ants and the roaches and the spiders, the 5 big ones that we all have problems with, these guys, they hear it. Now, because these are sound waves, when they come out of these, essentially what are tiny little speakers, they go and they bounce off of all the solid surfaces in the room. They're gonna echo because that's what sound does. So it reverberates, but that's a good thing because we want those sound waves to crisscross. We want them to go back and forth and be disorienting for the pest. And that's what makes them wanna leave the room. Now, the best analogy I could make for us, Guy, would be to say that, you know, if you've ever walked in your house and accidentally set off your burglar alarm, and then you couldn't get the code in, or you forgot the code, and you're standing there with the siren going on, you're going to run outside because those things are really loud and it's very, very annoying and it's going to hurt your ears. The same thing happens with the pests. And I understand that there's a lot of people out there that are probably saying like, well, wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that these things work. I can't see them working except, you know, you're not going to see the pests, but I can't hear them working. Well, there's 2 ways you know they're working. Way number 1 is you look over here and you're going to see a little red flashing light coming on and off, okay? And that little red flashing light is an indicator that these are actually working. Every time it sends out an ultrasonic pulse, it's going to do that. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick right here. That is an ultrasonic leak detector. This is a little device that I bought a couple of years ago. It actually listens for ultrasonic sound waves. There's a tiny microphone in the front of this. They use it to find leaks in gas lines because it comes out under so much pressure, it makes an ultrasonic sound wave. Take a look at this. Every time you see the little red LED on my leak detector bounce, it indicates that an ultrasonic sound wave is coming out. And then notice when I'm speaking, it doesn't move, but it hears the ultrasonic, guys. So that's proof positive for the folks at home that these are working, that they are doing something, and it's gonna get those pests out of the house. And you're getting 6 of these in the set today, Guy, that's enough for one floor of the average size house, I like to say, because you want to put one in every single room, but don't forget the attic, the garage, and of course your basement, Guy.
Yeah, you know, all the areas where insects are going to get into your house, right? They usually come in through the basement. They come in through, some come through the attic, right? Some come through your garage door. So you can put them in all those spaces, which was why we recommend maybe get more than one set, but try it out for $29.95. You will be happy you did that. And I love the fact, Lou, that no more baiting traps. It always was crazy to me to think, okay, I'm going to take a piece of food and I'm going to put it in a trap, right? Or some kind of a chemical that draws in bugs. That's going to bring the bugs in my house, right? Because a mouse is going to smell cheese, and even if it's outside on your roof and it smells it in your attic, it's going to try to get to the cheese. Now you're bringing animals in just to kill them. And nobody, take it from me, and Lou, you know the story. I know you get probably tired of hearing of it because it's gross. But when I moved into my home here in Florida, the attic, unbeknownst to me, had a rat problem. And even though it was inspected, the guy that inspected the attic didn't crawl up there and look around. He just poked his head through. Was like, yeah, everything looks fine up here. So I wound up having to spend close to, well, it was about $2,000 because I had to have all the vents in the attic had to be resealed, and it was a nightmare. They had to clean all the insulation out because it was loaded with you know what, rats and mouse stuff. And then they put traps in there. All right, and then what happened? While I'm on vacation up in Vermont, my neighbor who's watching the house calls me and says, hey, by the way, your house looks good, but it doesn't smell good. I mean, what do you mean? He goes, it smells like something's dead in there. Yeah, because a rat died in the attic, and it's 140 degrees in the attic, and he was there for 5 days before I got home. So I'm just telling you, try it. The biggest thing, Lou, you know what my biggest one is, right?
It's the spiders.
Yeah, Lou got it. It's the spiders, man. Here's the issue with spiders, okay? Spiders can be so tiny that you do not even see them. They still have the 8 legs and all that stuff, but they can be so tiny. So you may not even know you've got one in there in the corner of your bedroom until you wake up in the morning and you got that rock hard spider bite, right on your cheek. And you're like, oh my God, a spider crawled on my face last night. Well, if you had the Bell & Howell, you wouldn't have to deal with that because it helps repel all these pests: mice, rats, ants, spiders, roaches. And Lou, those are the only 5 that we tested for, right?
Exactly, yeah. These are third-party laboratory tested, and you're exactly right. It's very expensive testing. So Bell & Howell picked the 5 things that most people have problems with, and that's why we always say rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. But we definitely know that they're effective at repelling those from the localized area in which these are working, which means you got to have one in every room. Now, if you're one of the people out there and you're going out and you're buying the stuff for the ants and the separate stuff for the roaches, then even more stuff for rats and mice, you're spending a lot of money. And everything that's on this table in front of me, Guy, you know this, it's a lot of work. You got to go out and bait traps. You got to clear out carcasses. You know, you've got to go buy more of the stuff when it runs out. You got to spray it when it starts to lose its efficiency, its efficacy. You know, all those things. But with the Bell & Howell pest repellers, you know, yeah, we got you covered on the ants, the roaches, the rats and the mice, and of course your favorite, the spiders, both venomous and non-venomous. It's the easy way to do it. And if you've got an RV, if you've got a boat, if you have a barn, if you have a shed, any place where there's power, you can put these. If you're a landlord and you've got renters, get these in all of your units, okay? You can't control how those people are living, but you can keep the pests out using these, Guys.
Yeah, and all you do is plug them in. You know, what I love, too, is that there's no baiting of traps, like I said earlier, so you're not having to monitor your own property 24/7, even when you're away. It's so funny because I remember a long, long time ago, I was living in Arizona, and we were staying in Palm Springs, and we rented, somebody had a house for rent. We were going to go there for 3 days, so we rented this house. Nobody had been there in a while, and when we walked in, there were dead bugs on the floor. And I'm like, so they sprayed, and then nobody has been back. But that's what happens. When the bugs get sprayed, they come out. Now you've got half-dead bugs crawling all over the place. Nobody wants that either. I'd just rather eradicate them. And like I said, Lou, you know, mosquitoes and cockroaches. How long cockroaches been around? Billion years? They're going to be around.
Oh, they'll be around long after us, Guy.
Long after we will. And listen, my job is not to kill them. It's like swatting flies or mosquitoes, right? You're never going to get rid of them. Wouldn't it be great if you could find a way just so they didn't bother you? Let them go do their cockroach thing somewhere else. Hey, Lou, tell everybody the story. What does a German cockroach do right before it dies? Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah. Right before they die, if a female cockroach, German cockroach, is bearing eggs, she will jettison the eggs before she dies so her offspring live on. So you might kill one, there's going to be hundreds. that are still going to live.
I've actually seen that because, you know, the reason I have my bane for cockroaches comes from my 15 plus years in the restaurant business before I did this TV thing. And I will tell you, about 25% of my job in that restaurant was maintaining the cleanliness of the restaurant because of the cockroach problem. I literally would have a white towel behind my back, and I would walk through the dining rooms after they sprayed because the cockroaches don't know any better. They're half dead, so that's when they would come out. If you're eating your turkey club in my restaurant and there's a cockroach going across the wall, you're probably going to walk out. So it was a nightmare. This is a way to solve that nightmare with no chemicals, no poisons. You don't need to live with insects, but you don't need to kill them. Just keep them outside, and that's what you get with Bell and Hal. Lou, great job, buddy.
You're welcome, man.
All right, we'll see you soon.
See you next hour.
All right, buddy. Lou Caputo. He'll be back in just a bit. 724-476 is the item number. All right, we are gonna move right into our mop. Yeah, I know, nobody likes to clean up, right? It's kind of a pain, but we are doing a lot of our cleaning ourselves. So you might as well have the best mop available at the best price, and the Handymop is it. Listen, the old wringing out a mop and the rag mops and the string mops, I don't need that stuff. All they are is a nightmare and a mess. So let me introduce you to the Handymop. The Handymop is actually super easy to use. It has a brilliant design. It's a total space saver. And it's a true 2-in-1 because you can use it as a sweeper and you can use it as a wet mop as well. It'll get into every crack and crevice. It only weighs 2 pounds in your hand. I love the design of it because it takes up no room. This can go into any closet. It can go anywhere that you need to sort of sequester it away so you don't see it. It's easy to clean up. It's free shipping and handling today. So grab yourself the ultimate mop, no bucket needed, $32.95, 683542, and it is what I call the dripping, or the dripless mop. And it wrings itself out. So super cool. 683542, Keith Enzi is standing by, mop in hand. Hello, Keith, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing terrific, Guy. How are you this morning?
Oh, great. Hey, this mop.
Awesome.
Let me tell you something first, Keith. My house is only about 1,600 square feet. I don't have room for mops and all that other stuff, you know, the big nasty ones. I just want something easy, and that's what this is.
Hey, Guy, my house is smaller than your house. I can sweep, wash, and dry all my floors 5 minutes before I shoot out to the beach or wherever I need to go. Look at this. You've seen how much water I let go. This Handymop will hold up to 2 cups of water. We'll literally leave it bone dry, come over, lay it flat. There's 5 rollers in here. You bring it through. Everything you picked up goes right back into the bucket, and it leaves the mop head perfectly clean every single time. Now, that was just to show you the capacity of the mop. The floors are filthy dirty. Watch this. We have a lab. And this, you know how labs can shed, especially in Florida in the summer. All right, so usually I'd have to sweep, wash, and dry, right? I mean, I would have to sweep the floor first, then have to try to dry it. Everything I just did, look at that.
Wow.
I swept the floor, washed it, and dried it all in one shot. I put it in water. What happens is this is made out of PVA, polyvinyl alcohol. And when it is dried out, it will suck up and collect everything just like a magnet and sticks there, holds in all the little grooves. Nothing drips, nothing falls. All that here would literally turn into dust bunnies with a broom and be everywhere, all over the floor. And they're right there on my mop. I dip it in water. The holes, like a sea sponge, fill with water, release everything. I bring it through, it cleans it out, and leaves it perfectly clean for next time. Hey, when you have a mop and you clean the floor or anything, when it's wet, it smells, it mildew, it's gross. What do you do with it? I have no idea. Whereas this, look at this, no drip, no nothing. Mine I use every day is right here.
Look at that.
I store it there, doesn't leave any mess, no mildew, no anything, self-contained. The thing is absolutely amazing. It's the Handymop. Again, let me show you show me the capacity of this thing. What are the mop? If there's any kind of spill, what are you going to do? You're going to half a load of laundry, a roll of paper towels. I mean, what are you going to do to clean up a mess? Look at this. It leaves it perfectly clean every time. And again, you lay it flat, You got 5 rollers in here. It wrings it out perfectly.
Look at that.
Look at that.
It's
And
never easier. Look at that.
now look at, I'm going to wash it, dry it, all of it. I got the tile, anything I want to do. And it leaves the floor. Look at it's on wood floor and it's dry.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get this.
Look at,
you know,
look at all the doors here.
Keith, I've got my entire house is mostly hard floors. The only carpeted room in the house is my son's bedroom. That's the only one. Every other one is either marble, granite, tile. I've got hardwood floors throughout my entire living area. And you talk about labs. I had golden retrievers for like 20 years. 25 years. I had 2 Goldens, and those things would leave like a small puppy worth of fur on the floor every single time. And trying to vacuum fur is difficult because it blows all over the place. You need to get out there and you need to clean your floors. And what this has got to not only clean up the dust and debris, but it's going to clean and polish your floor as well. Let me show you the colors that we have available. My card says we have gray and teal, but it looks like we also have I don't know what color this is called, Pat. I'm talking to my producer real quick. Probably it's like a fuchsia color. It's called berry. Berry. So if you want to get the berry, there's berry. The one over here is your teal, and then over here is the gray. Our price is $32.95. You know, I see that Keith is using a bucket, but realistically, Keith, if you wanted, you just run it under the sink, right?
Hey, dude, especially us with smaller houses, I never use a bucket. It's just one more thing I gotta do, gotta clean out, gotta dispose of. Right now I'm on the kitchen, so most of my house is wood, but the kitchen's tile. This works on every surface, gets in the grooves, gets in everything. Again, kitchen floor is usually the dirtiest, especially my back doors right there. That dog's constantly coming in and out, creating dirt. Watch this, my floor. You have no idea how filthy it is till you see the mop head. Every time I use it, it's like a game. I want to see how much more I can get. So now you come over to the sink, and this is how I do it. It's a little awkward because there's 2 of us in here. Come over to the sink, and everything literally runs right off the mop into the sink. So no bucket. And hey, check this out, guy. Guess what I haven't done? I haven't touched the thing. My hands are completely as clean as when I started.
Dude, I don't know about you, Keith, but I hate touch. You know, I used to have the old ring mop, or the old ringing string mop, rope mop, whatever that. What a nightmare. And it never was clean. It was always dirty. There was no way to really clean it. With that, you've got great surface area, and you're not dragging a bunch of dirty water around on the floor.
And look at, nothing's falling off, nothing's dripping. It saves so much time and energy. I got to do one shot. Hey, I've been on Skype with you here now for a minute or 5-10 minutes, and I almost got my entire house clean. Look at all this stuff that's running out.
Look at how it comes out of the channel. See, that channel design, talk to me about that. That's important, right?
Yeah, all the grooves hold and collect everything and trap it. All right, it's amazing how it works. Look at this soy sauce, which nobody would spill that much. A little bit of milk. All right, now watch how amazing this is. It'll pick it up like a sponge, just like a mop, like it's supposed to. Leaves my floor perfectly clean. Here's all the milk and all the grout and all that other stuff. Look at everything is clean. Everything is picked up. It's in my mop head. Now watch this.
Ugh.
Get the camera to come over here again.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, all right, that's cool. Gets all the stuff off. Watch this. Watch the soy sauce.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yes.
Dude, and now my mop head's perfectly clean.
And ready to go.
Wring it out. I put it away like mine is over here every day, and I'm gone. I'm done for the day.
Hey, listen, if you're looking for a convenient way to clean your house, it doesn't get any better than this. The design is brilliant. I think the biggest issue we have with mops and buckets is storage, right? And plus it's a mess, and you never really be able to clean and sanitize it. You can with this mop. It's called the Handy Mop. If you want to get one today, $10.98 gets it shipped to your house with free shipping and handling. I know you're doing a lot of cleaning, and I know a lot of you don't want to, you've been doing cleaning for a while, so you want it to be easier. No easier way to clean your house than with the Handy Mop. Choose teal, the berry color. You know what's great about this? You can barely see them. That's how slender they are, and they only weigh less than 2 pounds in your hand, so easy on the hands as well. Hey, Keith, good job. You cleaned the whole house. Come on over to my house. You can do my house next.
Thanks, brother. Look at that. Look at the baseboard.
Love it.
Look at that.
I love it.
Awesome, man. Have a great Saturday.
All right, buddy. You too. Enjoy your weekend. 683-542 is the item number if you want to pick one of these up. Hey, we saved something special, brand new for you. I know you're dying to get out. Maybe you or the kids. We got the ultimate scooter. Look, there's Billy Duggan having a good time. Be right back.
My singular goal is to improve the quality of people's lives. Everything we do is intended to be unlike any other company of our kind. We just make exceptional vitamins so you could have exceptional health. It's not important that you get the products I'm offering, but it's very important that you get the information I'm sharing, because information is the key to being a healthy person.
There is nothing quite like shopping with a friend.
So pull up a chair and shop with us.
We'll be dishing the scoop on what's hot.
Catch you up on what you've missed.
And share some of our favorite discoveries.
Come shop with us every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
Now that's clever. So something fun. I consider it clever because I think if you can save money on gas and you can take a scooter ride, that's clever. It's fun. It's relaxing. Let me introduce you to our brand new Razer Scooter. So y'all know the Razer brand. They're the #1 brand out there. They're awesome. Well, this is an electric motorized scooter. So you don't have to push yourself around, built-in brakes, everything that you would look for in a scooter and then some. I don't know how we have it at these prices because normally these are about $400 to $500. And this is top of the line from Razer. We have the E300 and the E300S, okay? The E300 is the one that you're seeing right here. Okay, if you want the S, that stands, I assume, for seat. We have a scooter that also comes with a seat for those of you that don't want to stand on the scooter and you don't remove that seat. It's a permanent seat, so that is awesome. And that one is $299, $279 or $299. Free shipping and handling today and FlexPay. If you've always wanted to own one, and who hasn't, right? You want to be a big kid. You want to go out and have fun. You can utilize these as well. These weigh about 50 pounds. They hold about 220 pounds. So I could get on this as well. I'm not sure if I will. I don't have my helmet, but Kimmy might get on it because she's got her helmet. And you can scoot around anywhere. Here's what I love. These have a 250 watt motor, which is very, very powerful. This is a high torque motor that's going to get you at speeds of 15 miles an hour. That is fast, okay? You don't have to go that fast. You have a little, your gas pedal is right here in your hand. You just give it a little spin, and then you've got a handbrake, which a lot of them don't have, all right? So there's a handbrake here, a handbrake, rear brake right there, very easy. A nice wide deck. It's got a scuff pad on the deck, just like a regular skateboard, and it's got these great big, so almost like balloon type pneumatic wheels, so those are great too. That's all the good part. And by the way, 40 minutes on a charge. 40 minutes, you know how far you can go? That's a long way. If you're going 15 miles in an hour, I mean, think about it, you're going pretty far. So if you need to zip over to the grocery store or go down to the end corner and get your paper, you've got the scooter. So all you need to decide is, do I want the 300, which is this one, all right? Or you can get the 300S, which has a seat. So if you want to sit on your scooter, you can do that with one. It's only $20 more. Today we are doing it on free shipping and handling. My producer, young Pat up there, tells me that I have 100 of these. Is that total? 100 of each, all right? So this is a quick one. If you've always wanted a scooter, or let me just give you a quick tip, moms, dads, grandparents. My son's 19, he'd flip, all right, if he got this. He's in college now. He's on campus. What a better thing to have on campus than have one of these, because you can go 40 minutes or 15 miles. He only lives 2 miles from school. You take the sidewalk and go back and forth. He wouldn't even have to break out his car or worry about parking. If you want to get one of these, it's the only airing of the day. Think about squirreling away holiday gifts. Like I said, moms and dads, your kids will absolutely flip out about these. Let me introduce you to that big kid that you see scooting around there in the park. As my friend Bill Duggan. Bill, now Bill, you are riding the you have the E300, I think, right? Without the seat.
Correct, but that seat is great because when you're riding around, you have that nice little comfortable low profile. We all know the Razer brand. They've been around for years, right? Giving us great quality. A lot of us probably have a Razer because when we get them, we just keep riding them and handing them down and handing them down because of the quality. But realize this is electric, so I'm not self-propelling and pushing. I literally have all of my enjoyment right here and just get on board. Guy, you mentioned so many of the great points. One, look at that great brand name, but also look at how wide that standing platform is. So you don't have to sit or stand 1 foot in front of the other. You actually can put them right next to each other if you'd like. So it's definitely a more secure ride. You also mentioned up here. Here is your acceleration, variable speed. So if I want to go slow, I can go slow. If I want to go up to full 15 miles per hour, which is great because I can get to work that much faster. Because these aren't toys. These are commuter devices. Handbrake up here, all steel construction, and that's where you just start to have fun. Because you notice my how I'm standing. This is how I traditionally would scoot, but I can actually have my feet right next to each other because of that large platform. And you mentioned the wheels too. These wheels are not just hard, firm plastic. They are actually pneumatic wheels with air and cushion. So what does that mean? I can go over all the bumps. I can go over all the little divots that are out there. And you see how I'm just twerking my acceleration so I can go as fast or as slow as I want. I just love the fact that I can get this now. I don't have to wait till the holidays. I can use it in the fall because I want to get back outside. And that's just it. I've been out here for a little while. I've been seeing people ride by on bikes. That's work. I'm sorry. This is enjoyment. And the fact that we're shipping it to you for free, because this weighs about close to 50 pounds, that's the deal that you want to take advantage of, the free shipping.
Yeah, and you know what? Pop it in the trunk of the car, take it with you when you travel. If you're going on a vacation, it's not so big and bulky. There goes Kimmy. Kimmy is our stunt driver today. Make sure you wear your helmets and your elbow pads and your knee pads, kids. But it is so much fun. And like we said before, up to 220 pounds. I'm right on the threshold of that. I probably weigh like about, I don't know, 220 something. But I was driving it around earlier. It's fine. But grab one of these. As I said, I've got 200 for everybody in the country, 100 of each style. We're showing you the one that you can stand on, which is what most of the kids like to do. But if you want one that you can sit on, we have one that comes with a built-in seat. That is the one that's $299, the 300S. There it is right there. Super comfortable seat. You'll love that. I mean, honestly, that might be the one I would get because I stand up all day, so I probably would want to sit down. Down below by my feet, you see the flex pay. So the E300 is $93 and the E300S is $99.98. Take advantage of flex pay and free shipping and handling. You will love this. What a great gift to give to somebody. We're halfway through September, right? October will be here before you know it. Christmas is coming, gifting time, or maybe you're just so tired of just staying in your own neighborhood and you want to get out and you want to go a couple of miles away, you want to go down to the beach or you want to go through the park or whatever. You can take these anywhere you need to go. All right, Razer makes one that is so completely safe and easy to use. Your throttle is on one side, you have your handbrake on the other, and when you get home, you plug it in and charge it up. It's a green machine. There's no fumes or anything like that. Check the tires once in a while. It's quiet, as you see. Kimmy is racing by me, and there's no noise. All right, that's it. She's cruising around here. There goes Billy Boy. So Bill, talk to me about some of the numbers with this. So this one will go, up to about 15 miles an hour?
15 miles per hour in terms of how fast, but remember, you have that variable speed, so I can go a little slower. And what I'm trying to show you right now is if you did get the seat, this is kind of what it looks like. You're just riding along, that nice low profile, nice and secure. So if you do just want to ride this down to get your mail around the community or across campus or to meet friends for coffee, it's a nice, comfortable, wide seat because that's what Razer does. They've thought about us. We know we want to get out and about. We know we want to be secure. That's why, if you remember the original ones, they had that really small platform that we had.
Dude, they look cheap.
Really only had
They look really cheap.
They had room for kids' feet. Yeah. That's the cool part about this. This is made for those grown-ups, the teens, us who want to get to and from work without having to take the car or, get a little sweaty by riding a bike. So I just stand on my Razer. Hey. I can have my backpack on. Look at that poor sap. I mean, hell, don't have to ride a bike.
Poor guy riding his bike. You know, hey, Bill, and here's what I love about these scooters, too, is the fact that, like I said, this is not like a toy. This is a real way to get around. This is a real way to travel for grown-ups, too. It saves on gas. You're still getting out. You're getting fresh air. You're still getting exercise because you have to maintain your position and hold yourself tight on the scooter, but it's really, really easy to use. There's no learning curve. You get on it, and you'll realize that it's easier to drive it than it is to stand on it because you want to be moving. It gives you that balance, and it's so much fun. All right, we are down to my producer, Pat's keeping me posted. We have about 175 of these for everybody in the country. This is the only airing of the day. And remember, we're talking about Razer. This is the brand that everybody wants. If you are a kid, this is the brand that you want. The first scooter that I ever bought Danny that was a nice scooter was a Razer Scooter, and that was the one he had to push around. But this one is a larger deck so that if you're a grown-up like me or Kimmy, you can still go around and have fun. I think we might have helmets and stuff like that available on hsn.com. You can always check that out. Your FlexPay is down on the bottom. You want this, you know you do. Listen, I owned a motorized scooter, a gas scooter. When I moved to Florida, I bought it was a 150cc gas powered scooter. I loved it, but it was a machine, all right? It had to have a license plate on it. I had to run it to the gas station all the time, right? I loved it, don't get me wrong, but the battery died on it. Once the battery died, I was jump starting it every time. It was just kind of a pain. And I paid $3,000 for that. This is $300, all right? And you get to go anywhere you want up to 40 minutes, 15 miles an hour. Perfect for going to get the paper. Maybe you want to go to the coffee shop and you don't want to worry about parking. You just want a nice little space, put it under a tree, wherever. Take it to the park. I think, Bill, what people are loving about it is a lot of us have been homebound for a long time. We just want to get out, and not just across the street. We want to drive through our neighborhood. We want to go to the convenience store down the corner and get the paper, right? We want to go get an ice cream. We don't want to have to get in the car all the time. We want to do an activity that's fun and something that's affordable, all right? And this scooter is probably a lower price than most of the bicycles that you're seeing Bill amongst there, right? That bike that guy just drove by you on was probably a $500 bicycle. And it doesn't have a motor.
And the thing is, you have to do all the work. There's a learning curve. We all remember trying to learn the bike. I love this large platform because I can just be tooling around, having fun. I got to tell you, it feels nice. I have the wind in my hair. I can be zipping off to class. I can be zipping down to work. I can take it up into the office if I need to. But really what I'm excited about is that brand name of Razer. We have them here. We've had the kids one before, but we've never had the electric scooter where I don't have to do the pushing and all that kind of stuff. I literally just can twist that handle, because remember, my acceleration is right up here on that handlebar. Also, there's my brake. And what I'm most excited about is that nice, large, secure platform. Let's not forget these wheels. These wheels are pneumatic, so they have a bunch of nice air in it. So I do have to go up and down a curb or, whatever, go over a little lip. I'm not going to fall off. I'm going to have a nice, secure ride. And that's really where you have fun with it. Because it's so secure, there's really no learning curve. You just get it home, and I pick the speed that I'm comfortable at. I could be just going nice and slow. I could be late for class and really turn back that acceleration handle and get there a little faster. But also, with this large platform, I can be standing side by side. I can be doing the traditional scooter look, one foot behind the other. But this is where it's fun and different. And if I can encourage you, maybe you're getting one for the kids, and maybe you want to get that seated one for yourself, because then you can be out having fun together. So if I'm on the seated one, and notice, I'm not going to push to take off. I'm just going to give myself a little twerk here, and I'm up and running, nice and slow. But if I get the seated one, I'll be like this. Be nice and secure. Maybe this is how I'm going to get my groceries. Maybe this is how I get the mail. This is where I can be off and running with the kids on their bikes, but I'm outside enjoying it with them. And that's where you're going to get your money's worth out of what Razer has brought to us at HSN. And also realize, very little construction. It comes in a box. You just attach the handle right up here, but it does weigh about 50 pounds. So the fact that right now, this is free shipping is huge in terms of taking advantage of it. And don't just think of the holidays. Think about getting out right now, having fun with everyone, because you know what? We can get outside. We just keep a safe distance. And when we're going like this, we're just going to be moving along and enjoying it. And you'll enjoy it too.
Hey, listen, we only have about 30 seconds left. We're going to let Bill have fun out there in the park. But if you want to get one of these, I only have about 75 left in the seated version. A little bit more available if you want to get it in the scooter version. But I will tell you, it's the most fun you can have. Grab it while you can, but stick around, because I know we've got another hour of Now That's Clever. We'll be right back right after this. Yoo-hoo!
You can't afford not to be brave. It's not even an option. When life puts a wall in front of you, you break it down. Remove the fear. Remove the uncertainty. Be authentic. They say fortune favors the bold. I've been bold all my life, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.